Okay, so I know that I already have a ladder match on this card, but listen, this is a TLC match, or a tables, ladders, and chairs match. Actually, it's the same thing. I don't know where I was going with that joke. But anyways, in a TLC match, you're supposed to climb up the ladder and retrieve the prize, but I'm switching it up. I feel like if you're gonna name a match type TLC, it should heavily rely on tables, ladders, and chairs instead of just ladders. So I'm changing up the rules to the TLC match, kind of like a 2 out of 3 falls match, but kind of different. So when the match starts, the first thing the teams have to do is try to hit their opponent with a chair. When they do that, they move on and try to put their opponent through a table, and then once they put their opponent through a table, and then they can get the ladder to climb up to get the prize. So yeah, it's the New Day versus Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders, and you might feel like this is kind of a random match. Like, why is this match existing? Why is this match? Maybe because all three teams are really good. They're really good performers. Yes, and because this tag team match is gonna be a #1 contenders match for the tag team champ, so it makes the match a little bit better. But now that that's all out of the way, we can start. How this rivalry actually begins is that the Viking Raiders go insane. Ever since they made their return back to wrestling, they don't care about the rules, and they want to send a message to every single tag team. Doesn't matter if it's Raw, SmackDown, NXT. They go everywhere and they go attack all the teams because they cannot get a tag team championship match, so they're mad. But two of the teams standing up for themselves, and they get annoyed of the Viking Raiders. Both of the teams are the New Day and the Street Profits. They actually go so the next week on SmackDown, both teams go and attack the Viking Raiders next week on SmackDown. All four of the New Day and the Street Profits then go to the Viking Raiders and get them back. So they're all just having a 6-man brawl. Everyone's fighting for themselves. It's clear that the Viking Raiders don't like anyone and they want to fight. But I forgot to tell you that the timeline of the storyline starts after the Elimination Chamber. Now at this point, the Viking Raiders have attacked the Street Profits and the New Days, and the other way around, and the other way around. Everyone wants to be in a tag team, and everyone wants to be tag team champion. The Usos are too busy, so what the Street Profits do is they go into Adam Pearce's office and they go in and ask for a tag team championship match. And then the New Day walks in and asks Adam for a match, and then the Viking Raiders come in and they don't say a word, but you can probably tell what they're gonna say. Adam Pearce says, you know what, I have all the power in the world. I'm putting all 6 of you in a tables, ladders, and chairs match at WrestleMania, and whoever wins that match gets to become #1 contender for the undisputed tag team champ. Now all the teams are excited, and the New Day respectfully turn to the Street Profits and they start arguing. They say that I'm gonna become #1 contender, and the Viking Raiders leave. And while the Street Profits and the New Days are just arguing, the Viking Raiders leave because they got what they want. Now it's just waiting until WrestleMania. But it's official. The Street Profits versus the New Days versus the Viking Raiders in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. But the tables, ladders, and chairs match is gonna be different. As I said earlier in the video, the rules of my version of the TLC match is gonna be a little bit different, and it's gonna kind of have multiple falls to it. The first fall is you have to whack one of your opponents with a steel chair, and then you have to put them through a table, and then you can go and climb the ladder. So you have to do multiple things going on. It's kind of hard to understand, but I'm just trying to make it different because I already had a 6-man ladder match on this card, so I'm trying to make it as different as possible. Anyways, so next week on SmackDown, it's announced that we're gonna see the New Day versus the Viking Raiders with the Street Profits at ringside. Interfere during the match and cause a lot of traction, but in the end, the New Day pick up the win. The New Day celebrate their win while the Viking Raiders go out the ring to assault the Street Profits. The Viking Raiders and Street Profits have a brawl, and at the end of the night, it's announced that next week we're gonna see the Viking Raiders or Street Profits in a Viking rules match. We've only seen this match once, and it involved the New Day. And let's see how the Viking Raiders versus the Street Profits go on next week. Now, in case you don't know, a Viking rules match is basically a no holds barred match. Anything goes, and the match starts, and the Viking Raiders get most of the offense because it's their match. Now, tables, ladders, and chairs get involved in the match, and the Viking Raiders put Montez Ford through a table, and the Viking Raiders win the match. After the match, we get a digital interview from the Street Profits, and they say that tonight doesn't matter because the Viking Raiders might have won tonight, but they are not winning at WrestleMania, where it matters the most. The Street Profits say that they've been here, we've been the champs, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, you name it, and it would be an honor to dethrone those. And the Street Profits talk about the New Day. They say that we don't really have too much of a problem with the New Day, but they should not get in the way of us at WrestleMania. And they say, we hope you bring the smoke unless we want this. They say their catchphrase. I forgot what it is. And then they leave. Now it's 2 weeks before WrestleMania, and all 6 of these men have one one goal in mind, one mission: to become tag team champion and win at WrestleMania. And none of these men are going into WrestleMania as champion, but two of them are coming out as #1 contenders. Now, on the same week, we see a backstage interview with the New Day, and they say that, we did just lose our NXT tag team champion a few weeks ago, and which is a shame, but when a wonder closes, another one opens. Climbing up that ladder and walking out as #1 contender for the tag team championships once again, it would be real nice. And the Usos have gone and turned through almost every single tag team in the game right now, and they just keep beating us, and that needs to change, because we need to evolve. They need to evolve. We all need to evolve. We're going into this match fresh off losing a championship. You know how the anger is coursing through my veins, but we're not the champions. But we're thankful about all the opportunities given to us. But we have a little announcement next week for you. And Xavier Woods emphasizes the word big. Now what could it be, or who could it be, or who could it be, or what could it be, or who could it? I don't know. The next week arrives and a New Day comes out, and and they say that a certain someone has been out with the injury for far too long. He hasn't seen the WWE universe in over a year now, and we don't want to keep you waiting. So, and then the New Day look at the entrance ramp, and then Big E comes out. Big E returns on SmackDown. He made his long-awaited return from injury, and he comes in and joins the New Day. They hug. They get back together, and then they all go all, but then we can't always have good things. The Viking Raiders come out and they attack the New Day, then the Street Profits come out and they start attacking everyone, and now Biggie just returned, so we can't have that man down on the floor for even a single second. So the New Day clean house, bodies are laying on the floor everywhere. The New Day are standing tall while the Viking Raiders and Street Profits are down. Biggie celebrates his WWE return, and that's how SmackDown kicks off. The next week is the go-home SmackDown of WrestleMania, and the Viking Raiders attack the New Day so much that later that night we get a segment with Xavier Woods. He's a doctor, and then the doctor says might be injured, but Xavier Woods says that he can't be injured. He has a match at WrestleMania, and the doctor says, "I'm sorry, you can't compete at WrestleMania." But then Woods doesn't care. Tries to fix his issue. He tries to fix his broken leg before the match. Tries, and then the day of WrestleMania comes. We have a segment before the match, and then the interviewer asks Xavier Woods if he's able to compete, and Woods says, "Damn right I am able to compete. I don't care if I'm injured or not injured. The New Day is going out to the ring, and we're gonna become #1 contenders." And then the New Day go to the ring, and the match is about to start. All three teams are in the ring ready, and then the bell rings. Everyone tries to go for a chair, but they can't because opponents get in the way, obviously. But eventually the Viking Raiders slam the New Day with a chair shot, and now the Viking Raiders' task is to put anyone through a table. Now before they did that, the New Day and the Street Profits hit their opponents with chairs, and now all three teams are now tied up to do the same mission. Now all of them go for the tables, and they are just wilding out. The first team to put someone through a table are the Street Profits, then the Viking Raiders, and then the New Day. While all of this is happening, these men are just wilding out. Multiple tables are getting involved, shades to fucking WrestleMania 2000. And also, the only reason why this match is on my card is because I want to recreate that WrestleMania 2000 TLC match with the Hardys versus the Dudleys versus Edge and Christian. So yeah, that's the only reason why this match is on this card. But anyways, all the teams get ladders, all the teams get chairs, all the teams are now trying to climb up, and everyone has slammed each other with a chair, has gone through a table, and there's 2 ladders in the ring. Montez Ford is on the ladder, he's holding it, but out of nowhere Eric comes in and spears Montez Ford down, just like Edge spearing Jeff Hardy. And just to make it even better, both the Viking Raiders get in the ring while the Street Profits are laying in the ring, while the New Day are out of the ring, and both men climb up together and they become #1 contenders and they win the match. Crazy and intense finish to the match. Honestly, I feel like this probably won't happen, but it would be a damn spectacle for sure. Seeing a banger TLC match, a banger triple threat tag team TLC match. So the Viking Raiders win the match. The Viking Raiders win the match. They become #1 contenders, and all 3 of these teams are just so goddamn talented. They can put on bangers if they feel like it. They cannot put on bangers if they don't feel like it. But all 6 men would sure as hell have a good ladder match. And that's all I have to say for this video. The next one is Asuka versus Io Sky. I don't even know if I got a storyline for that. So that video will probably be like 7 seconds long. And I'll probably just like wing it. So, well, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Yeah, so.